Hey, what is going on to you Virgos out there? So please make sure to click the link in the comment section below. There's a link, there's a link tree link, right? Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to financially support the channel so I can most definitely keep the show going. Hold on. So you have some people that'll be over here on the channel in the comment section talking about, oh, I want you to go ahead and shuffle up some of the cards because I need to see. Listen. There's been times where I've been over here, and when I realized that I didn't shuffle up the cards, I would scoop the cards up, shuffle them, give the zodiac sign that I was reading for a clean shuffle, okay? And then I would actually make the video longer and apologize. So we're not doing things the way that the way that some people want. We're doing things the way that I want because I'm pretty fair, says the voice of the people who subscribe to my channel. So let's get into it. So for you Virgos, you have the Strength, the Page of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So a lot of you Virgos very much so, based upon this reading, from what it is I'm seeing here, I'm seeing that a lot of you Virgos are very, you're making very good decisions. The Strength card, the Page of Cups, and the Ten of Cups represents how a lot of you Virgos, a lot of you were very delusional about your thoughts on how it is that you used to think about others in the past, how you thought about them. You thought that they should be fair, they should have integrity. But a lot of you Virgos would soon find out that a lot of people don't really have that, and the intellectual dishonesty is strong. So because there was a lot of intellectual dishonesty amongst your own friendship group, amongst the people that you would even try to be romantically invested into, a lot of you Virgos realized that it was time for you to actually let them go. And part of the reason why I'm saying that is because you have the Ten of Cups. It's addition by subtraction. And what I mean by that is your life is better without people trying to be in your life, causing you stress, giving you headaches. And the Strength card is about how not only that, but you Virgos realize that it's okay and that maybe you should be a loner sometimes because it's the truth. You know, it really is the honest truth. You Virgos really should be loners sometimes. Because you have to understand that, people don't necessarily respect your wit. They don't like it. They know that you're witty, but if you were to say something, right? You and Aquarius have this problem where it's like, should you say something? Aquarius and Virgo, which is higher and lower octave, right? Low pitch, high pitch, have this problem, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because you Virgos will say something and it turned out to be 100% true. But a lot of times people may not like what it is that you have to say. So most people on earth are ruled, they are dictated by their emotions, not just ruled, they are dictated by their emotions. These are people that, they cannot separate their emotionality and their sentimentalism to listen to the value in what it is that you just said. Most of the times they can't do that. You say something, even if it's true, they so badly want to live in the delusion and that's ironically ruining their life, that they would rather live in the illusion. So you and Aquarius have this problem where a lot of you see the issues before they happen, long before they happen. But a lot of times people will think that the stupidity that it is that they're doing, right, is a good thing. And when you Virgos step in and try to tell them, no, don't do that, what is it that happens? They decide to say no, forget about you. They don't care what it is that you have to say. They don't care about your input. They do it anyway. Then they get messed up. Then they expect you Virgos to bail them out. This is why Mercury has to go into retrograde so much, is because you got too many low IQ having individuals who want to be hypocrites, individuals who want to be intellectually dishonest, and then they want bailout packages, backup plans. They want, people to back them up, have their back. They want all of this type of crap. And it's like, no, life, people say that life is not fair, but the problem is, no, life is fair. The situation is, people with their hypocrisy, human beings, make it unfair, and life has to balance it out to make it fair again. Check. So now you have the Hangman and the Three of Cups. The Hangman represents patience. So for you Virgos, I see a lot of you being very patient about not necessarily wanting to put yourself out there too much. Yeah, you will put yourself out there, but it's more so about you're going to cut back on how many people you would shoot your shot with. Maybe a lot of you Virgos may have been shooting your shots with a lot of people. I know we can, when we are persistent and we set our minds to something, we could be very much so almost obsessive about it, So that's something that us and Scorpio have in common. And Scorpio and Virgo used to be the same zodiac sign. So we can be one track minded, where when we want to put our minds to something, we very much so will and can. And as a result of this, what will happen is, what will happen is that we will end up trying to talk to a lot of other people, even when, that's my dog over there, even when we shouldn't. So a lot of us we're still gonna shoot our shots, get to know other people, but we're also gonna not shoot our shots towards every last person or so many people. We're gonna cut back from that, because the Three of Cups, a lot of you Virgos understand that, it's you, the person that you're trying to talk to, and then the person that another person that they have in a picture. And they're constantly contrasting and comparing. And that's part of the problem. They need to stop comparing and contrasting. Unless it's a real staunch difference, it's a real important, unless the difference is important, they really need to stop comparing the two. Because comparing and contrasting is why there's a lot of people sitting up on social media and they are very unhappy with their relationships. It's because they're counting. Oh, when I was with this person, I was getting this, but now I'm with this person, I'm not getting that. Okay, but does this person treat you well though? Yes. Is this person responsible? Yes. So what's the problem? Do you have fun with this person? Oh, absolutely. So what's the problem? What's the problem? What are you getting so bent out of shape for? Oh, because this person. So because one person may be a little bit more of a gift giver, and this person may not be a gift giver like that. They may be an occasional gift giver. There's a huge, staunch difference between the two. No, not really. Right. Not really. They're the same person in principle. So what are you complaining about? Oh, well, this and this ideology, this indoctrination will have a lot of people looking stupid, because now they end up making terrible decisions, because now it's, oh, well, they start picking apart. They start being overly critical, and then now it's, okay, well, I'm done. I'm not hanging out with this person. And then they end up making terrible decisions, because they go out and then they think that, that they're looking for something different, and they end up getting a drastic difference where the person, which is you Virgos, giving them all this love and attention, and you Virgos giving them all this attention to detail and gift giving and all this, right? Whenever your heart is in it, right? then they come out there and then they realize, oh, the grass isn't greener, because they're looking for staunch differences when they don't seem to realize this is the reason why people talk about types. When people talk about types, what do people mean when they talk about types, right? This, you're not my type. This is my type over here. They're talking about a certain amount of consistency that exists within each of the people that you choose. So they're the same in principle. So this stupidity that a lot of people have, this is why a lot of them look goofy. So now you Virgos have the Page of Swords, right? Page of Swords, Eight of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. This is the stupidity on their part, because they have the last straw mentality when it comes to you. This is the last straw, right? They're so quick to Page of Swords you. They're so quick to create boundaries and talk about what it is that they're not going to do for you Virgos, and how, they all the delusions that they come up with, what they're not going to do, and how you Virgos will play them, and you're not trustworthy, and all of this other type of stuff, right? That the Eight of Swords, they end up leaving you, right? And they thought that, like I said, these are the cards bearing it out. They thought that they were getting a better deal, to end up, they stupid behinds ended up going right back to the same rat race that they were trying to do everything that they possibly could with their stupid behinds to get out of. So they end up getting right back into the rat race. Now those people from the past that you used to date, right? Especially recently, now they realize, oh, they were being stupid. Because all of the nonsense that they was doing, right? Talking about, right, the last straw mentality. Oh, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna. How is people gonna get themselves into successful relationships leading from a perspective of telling a person what they're not gonna do? If a person has any kind of respect for you and they love you, they should never ask you to do anything that will compromise you in the first place. So the mere fact that a person even has to state that goes to show you, Virgos, the quality of the people that you have been interacting with. But it doesn't necessarily say something about you. It says something about them, because this stupidity, this level of brain damage is the majority of what's out. People don't, as adults, they don't already understand this. Common sense doesn't teach them that, they should already understand this, that a functional relationship, a person will never and should never ask their partner to do anything that's going to compromise them, that's going to break them spiritually, as well as compromise who they are. No, but they don't understand this because they're not letting it marinate. They're not thinking about it. Because so many people are chasing after only things that make them feel good in the moment. They don't sit down and let the knowledge, the wisdom of what it is that, or the lessons that they could have learned, marinate and seep in. They're not soaking up game from osmosis. What is osmosis? When water gets through a barrier. In other words, the water is the knowledge and the barrier is their head to get to their brain, to marinate, to understand who they are and the world around them. No, you know what they're doing? This is why Mercury has to go into retrograde so much, to teach people how to stop being so gosh darn stupid. And yet and still, you still have these idiots ripping and running around because your exes are stupid, ripping and running around, making the same stupid decisions that they've been doing. And guess what? It's messing them up, because the last two cards are the Justice and the Two of Cups. The Justice and the Two of Cups is, you Virgos may not be around to see it, but I'm going to tell you what's going on with them. What's going on with these people who've given you such a difficult time is their lives are like this. the Justice. They're stupid. Their lives are worse off because they decided, okay, when they were hanging out with you, when you Virgos was giving them attention, they decided that they didn't want to be a good helpmate, a good helpmate. They didn't want to be an individual that was good for you, that inspired you as well as you inspired them. They didn't want that. They wanted to tell you, this is the type of goofy stuff that gets to Virgo. This is why Venus falls in Virgo, because when people come to Virgos, they take a dump on the bed. Literally. They take a dump on the bed. Figuratively. They play stupid. They act like they don't understand things that are supposed to be common sense. How you going to be in a relationship, a successful one with somebody, and tell the person what you're not going to do? Why would that person decide to go, I'm going to be with that person? That sounds good to me. It's like, no, you switched off. You've turned the person off. You don't get yourself into a successful relationship talking to the person about what it is that you're not going to do. And the stupidity of it all is, if you Virgos' minds and hearts are in the correct place, y'all don't ask y'all partners to do something that is abnormal, which is to compromise their integrity for the sake of your immediate happiness. You don't ask your partners normally to do that. I normally don't hear people. I normally, if a Virgo's mind and heart is in the correct place, I don't normally hear the Virgos ask their partners if they're lucky enough to be in one, because everybody wants to act like they're taking a dump in the bed. When it comes to Virgos, everybody now wants to drop the ball or put their feet on it. I don't know what it is, but they don't put in enough effort. They think, okay, and they just need to go on vacation. Then what happens? I've seen it too many times. You Virgos are like, okay, since y'all want to act this stupid, you go ahead, you send them packing. All right. Have fun up on out there. Close the door behind you, lock it, so those particular people will never be able to get in. And what happens? Their lives turns to. And this is no different. That's what's going on with them and you. That's what's going on, just in case if you Virgos didn't know. Their lives is trash. They're not, when it comes to them dating, they're not experiencing the stuff that you Virgos was willing to give to them, because their stupidity got them caught up. They wanted to play and play. I think grown-ups do a little bit too much playing for me. You an adult doing a little bit too much playing. That type of stuff is reserved for children. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. At some point, everybody must stop playing these games. At some point, stop belly aching about if your life turns out to be trash if you set it up that way. Five of Cups. The Strength. 10 of Cups. 8 of Cups. 2 of Cups. If y'all can't tell, the 5 of Cups and the Strength card, which you already have the Strength from way at the beginning, the first card, 5 of Cups, them wishing that they were back with you again. And them thinking about you, and them thinking about the stupidity of how they played themselves. They played themselves. The Strength card, and you don't want them back. The 10 of Cups and the 8 of Cups, your life is doing better without them. The 2 of Cups, we're not going to clarify that, but your life is doing better without them. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.